Welcome to Mini Audiobooks. Today, we're diving into the power of now, a transformative journey that will guide you to embrace the present and unlock a deeper sense of peace and purpose. If you enjoy this content, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share this video. Did you know that 94% of our audience isn't subscribed yet? Your support makes a huge difference and helps us grow our community. The Power of Now by Mini Audiobooks. Introduction. Embracing the present. Imagine a life where each moment is fully alive, where peace and purpose are constant companions. What if the right time to make a change, to feel at ease, or to experience joy is not someday in the future but right here, right now? This book, The Power of Now, is an invitation to discover just that, the extraordinary impact of living in the present. Why focus on the present moment? The answer is simple, because it is the only time that truly exists. Life, at its core, unfolds in a series of moments, each brimming with potential. Yet most of us spend our lives distracted, tangled up in memories of the past or worries about the future. We allow these thoughts to shape us, to limit us, often without even realizing it. We might be haunted by regrets or replay past conversations, wishing we had said or done things differently. Or we endlessly plan, waiting for a future that will finally fix everything, often losing sight of what is in front of us. Living in the past or the future is like carrying heavy, invisible chains, confining us to mental spaces that no longer exist or are yet to come. We rob ourselves of joy, peace, and freedom by getting caught up in what has been or what might be. But here's the secret. Those burdens can be shed. Right now, in this very moment, we can choose to set them down. The Power of Now offers a path to freeing ourselves from those chains, guiding us to reclaim each moment as an opportunity for growth, clarity, and connection. It's a journey to rediscover a part of ourselves we've neglected, our awareness, our presence, our ability to live fully in the now. The purpose of this book isn't simply to talk about the benefits of presence. It's to give you tools, insights, and transformative practices to make it a way of life. When you choose to live in the now, you'll find that your entire experience of life shifts. Stress melts away, replaced by a sense of calm that isn't dependent on circumstances. Joy becomes something you can access even in the simplest, most mundane moments. Your relationships deepen as you become more present and engaged with the people around you. And perhaps most powerfully, you reconnect with yourself, finding clarity, purpose, and strength. As you journey through the power of now, you'll learn to let go of mental clutter and quiet the constant stream of thoughts. You'll discover how to embrace life as it is, finding acceptance even amid uncertainty. Each chapter will guide you toward a mindset where peace is not something you chase, but something you cultivate with each breath. This book is more than just words on a page. It's a guide to transforming how you experience life. The power of living fully in the present moment can change everything, from your sense of happiness to your relationships and even the goals you pursue. So, are you ready to step into the present and unlock the power of now? Your journey begins here. Chapter 1. The Illusion of Time. What is time, really? Most of us think of it as something that ticks along in the background, but in reality, time is an illusion, a mental construct we've created to help us organize our lives. This concept may seem abstract, yet it shapes almost every thought, feeling, and action we experience. We mark our days by what has already happened or what might happen tomorrow, yet so often, we lose sight of the only time that truly exists, right now. In this chapter, we'll peel back the layers of time, revealing how it holds us captive to memories, regrets, anxieties, and future fantasies. For centuries, time has fascinated philosophers and scientists alike, each attempting to grasp its nature. And while we've learned that time has a certain rhythm to it, a flow that aligns with our calendars and clocks, the way we perceive time is deeply personal. Think of how the same hour can feel eternal when you're waiting for a loved one, but fly by when you're deeply immersed in something you enjoy. Time, then, isn't just a universal measure. It's something that lives within each of us, shaping our inner worlds in ways that often go unnoticed. But why does our relationship with time matter? Because living outside the present moment, whether we're fixated on the past or obsessing about the future, often leaves us disconnected, stressed, and ultimately unfulfilled. When we live this way, we rob ourselves of the peace, purpose, and happiness available in each moment. We spend hours replaying old conversations, wishing we could change the past, or worrying about what might happen in the future. Yet, as we cling to these mental projections, we lose sight of the life happening in real time around us. Living in the past can be like wearing a pair of tinted glasses, filtering our view of the present through shadows of regret or nostalgia. Past experiences, especially painful ones, shape our perceptions of the world, creating narratives we carry forward. We might avoid new relationships because of old heartbreaks or hold back on taking risks because of past failures. This is the illusion of time. It convinces us that the past has a hold over us, but in reality, that hold exists only in our minds. Similarly, when we constantly project ourselves into the future, we fall prey to a whole different set of illusions. We imagine scenarios that may never happen, becoming entangled in a web of what-ifs and worst-case fears. Anxiety and uncertainty flourish when we spend too much time in this mental future, feeding off the unknown and clouding our ability to enjoy the now. But the irony is this: despite all our planning and worrying, we can't truly control what lies ahead. The only reality we can shape is the present. By understanding that time is an illusion, we begin to see that we are free to step out of it. Imagine a world where you no longer feel bound by the mistakes you made or the uncertainties of what's to come. Imagine living in a place where your mind, your spirit, and your actions are all aligned in the here and now. This freedom is available to you, right here, in this moment. So, how do we begin to break free from this illusion of time? The answer is to learn how to focus on the present. This doesn't mean that we ignore the past or stop planning for the future altogether. Instead, it means that we learn to engage with our past and future intentionally, from a place of awareness and control. We can choose to reflect on memories or plan for tomorrow, but we don't let these thoughts define our lives. We step into the driver's seat, no longer pulled around by thoughts of then or someday, but grounded firmly in now. Learning to see time as a mental construct allows us to unlock a powerful truth. We are not defined by the events of yesterday, nor do we have to fear the uncertainties of tomorrow. We are free to live fully and deeply, moment by moment. In doing so, we discover that the present holds all the richness, purpose, and joy we've been searching for. This journey begins with awareness, with a conscious choice to step out of the shadows of time and embrace the timeless nature of the present. In the chapters to come, we'll explore how to apply this mindset to various aspects of life, uncovering strategies to connect more deeply with each moment. As you read on, allow yourself to let go of the weight of time and open up to the possibility of a life where each moment is meaningful and complete. The past may have shaped you, and the future may still await you, but right now, you are exactly where you need to be. The power of this moment is yours to claim. Chapter 2. Awakening to the Now. In our fast-paced, ever-connected world, living on autopilot has become a default state for many of us. We often rush through our days, juggling tasks and planning for what's next without truly experiencing what's happening right now. If we take a moment to reflect, we may realize that days, weeks, or even years have slipped by in a blur. This is the effect of living on autopilot. We're present physically, but mentally, we're somewhere else entirely. Chapter 2 is about waking up from this state of sleepwalking through life, learning to reconnect with each moment, and awakening to the profound power of now. To awaken to the now, the first step is to recognize when and why we're not fully present. When we go on autopilot, we're usually attempting to avoid discomfort, boredom, or anxiety. It's an easy trap to fall into, but it comes at a high price. We lose out on genuine, meaningful moments. By constantly staying busy or distracted, we avoid confronting what's happening within us and around us. When we wake up to the present, however, we begin to feel more alive, more connected, and more grounded in our own lives. Breaking free from autopilot isn't always easy. It requires deliberate practice and a willingness to slow down. One of the most powerful tools for reconnecting with the present is mindfulness. Mindfulness is simply the act of bringing your full attention to what you're experiencing right now. Whether you're sipping your morning coffee, taking a walk, or having a conversation, mindfulness allows you to experience life more fully by anchoring you in the moment. Instead of merely going through the motions, you're tuning in, noticing the colors, sounds, textures, and feelings of each experience. One simple exercise to start with is to focus on your breath. This may seem trivial, but the breath is a powerful anchor to the present. Take a few deep breaths, paying close attention to how it feels as the air fills your lungs and flows out. By focusing on this simple act, you're bringing yourself into the now, calming your mind, and cultivating awareness. This small practice can be expanded throughout the day to help you recenter and reconnect whenever you feel pulled away by distractions or worries. Another practice to help you awaken to the now is to start observing your thoughts without judgment. This means noticing when your mind drifts off to past regrets or future worries, then gently bringing it back to the present. Our minds are often so accustomed to wandering that we don't even realize when we're lost in thought. By observing these patterns, we can start to catch ourselves before we drift too far. Instead of getting carried away by a stream of thoughts, we can choose to bring our attention back to what's happening around us. Physical awareness is also a gateway to the present. Try to feel your feet on the ground, notice the temperature of the air around you, and tune in to the sounds that fill the space. These small sensory observations remind us that life is happening right now, and that by paying attention, we can participate in each moment more fully. The more we practice this awareness, the more naturally it comes, helping us to shift from the unconscious state of autopilot to a more intentional way of living. Awakening to the now means reconnecting not only with the world around you, but also with yourself. When we're caught in the hustle and bustle of daily life, we tend to neglect our own needs and desires. By being present, we start to hear our inner voice more clearly, rediscovering what truly matters to us. This clarity allows us to make choices that are aligned with our values, rather than making decisions based on societal expectations or habitual routines. Many of us struggle with the concept of just being. We feel like we should always be doing something, producing, achieving, or planning. But awakening to the now involves learning to find peace in simply existing. In these quiet, mindful moments, we find that we are enough as we are, without constantly striving for more. This realization brings a profound sense of contentment and helps us shed the pressure to be busy all the time. The joy of simply being becomes a reward in itself. As you move through your day, try to integrate mindfulness into your routine. Notice the small things, like the sensation of water on your skin during a shower or the warmth of sunlight on your face. These may seem mundane, but when you bring mindful awareness to these experiences, they become rich and fulfilling. Life doesn't need to be filled with extraordinary moments to be meaningful. It's the ordinary moments, fully experienced, that give depth to our lives. Awakening to the now can also transform our relationships. When we're fully present with others, we listen more deeply, respond more thoughtfully, and connect on a more genuine level. Instead of thinking about what we'll say next or worrying about our own concerns, we're there, fully engaged in the interaction. This type of presence is a gift to both ourselves and those around us, creating moments of connection that are more meaningful and fulfilling. This chapter encourages you to step out of autopilot and awaken to the beauty and richness of each moment. Life doesn't have to be a series of goals and checklists. Instead, it can be a series of deeply felt experiences where we savor each sensation, emotion, and thought as it arises. By choosing to be present, you're choosing a more vibrant, fulfilling life. One where every moment has the power to nourish your spirit, open your mind, and bring you closer to who you truly are. So take a deep breath, let go of the rush, and step into the now. This is where life happens. This is where you're meant to be. Chapter 3. Freedom from the past. Our past shapes us, colors our perception, and leaves lasting imprints on our hearts and minds. But when these experiences hold us hostage, keeping us entangled in old stories and unhealed wounds. They can weigh us down, blocking our growth and clouding our present moments. Freedom from the past is about releasing the emotional baggage we carry, letting go of lingering regrets, and liberating ourselves from narratives that no longer serve us. When we set ourselves free from the past, we open up a new path toward peace, joy, and self-empowerment in the present. Identifying emotional baggage. The first step toward freedom is recognizing the weight we carry. Emotional baggage often includes regret, shame, guilt, and resentment. It might stem from things we did or didn't do, or from experiences we wish had gone differently. Many of us don't realize just how deeply we are affected by these unresolved emotions. We may think we've moved on, but in reality, the past can subtly influence our decisions, shape our self-worth, and color our relationships. To begin healing, we need to confront these feelings with honesty and compassion. Take a moment to reflect. What are you holding on to? It could be an unkind word spoken years ago, a decision you wish you could change, or a grudge you haven't been able to let go of. Acknowledging these experiences, rather than pushing them aside, is crucial to understanding how they might be influencing you. When you allow yourself to sit with these memories, to feel the emotions they bring up without judgment, you begin the journey of release. It's a process that requires patience and gentleness, one where self-compassion becomes your guiding light. Letting go of old narratives. Every experience we've had contributes to the story we tell ourselves about who we are. These narratives often become deeply ingrained, shaping our identity in ways we may not fully recognize. They might include beliefs like, "I'm not good enough," "I always make mistakes," or "I'll never be happy." These stories can become self-fulfilling prophecies, keeping us trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and limitation. To truly free ourselves, we must start to challenge and reshape these narratives. Begin by examining the beliefs you hold about yourself. Ask yourself, is this belief really true? Or am I allowing past mistakes to define who I am? More often than not, we find that these beliefs are rooted in past experiences and are not necessarily reflective of who we are today. Releasing these old narratives doesn't mean ignoring what we've been through. It means acknowledging that our past does not define our potential. We can honor our journey without letting it limit our future. Forgiveness. The ultimate liberation, forgiveness, is one of the most powerful tools for releasing the past. Yet, it's also one of the hardest. When we're hurt by others, resentment can feel like a form of protection, a way of shielding ourselves from further pain. However, holding on to anger and bitterness ultimately harms us more than anyone else. Forgiving doesn't mean condoning what happened. It means choosing to let go of the hurt and reclaiming your peace. Forgiveness isn't only for others, it's for ourselves. Self-forgiveness is essential in letting go of guilt and shame. Many of us are harder on ourselves than we would be on anyone else, carrying the weight of mistakes for years. But imagine if you could extend the same kindness to yourself that you would offer a close friend. What if, instead of beating yourself up, you embraced yourself with compassion and allowed yourself to move forward? Self-forgiveness is not about excusing behavior, but about acknowledging your humanity and giving yourself permission to grow beyond past mistakes. Practices for releasing the past. The journey to freedom from the past is deeply personal, but there are several practices that can help support you along the way. 1. Journaling. Writing down your thoughts and feelings about past experiences can be incredibly therapeutic. It allows you to express emotions in a safe, non-judgmental space. As you write, you may begin to notice recurring themes and narratives. This process can be enlightening, helping you understand why certain memories still hold power over you. Over time, journaling can help you make peace with the past and see things from a more compassionate perspective. 2. Meditation and visualization. Practicing meditation can help you cultivate a sense of detachment from past experiences. Visualize yourself as a neutral observer, watching thoughts and memories pass by like clouds in the sky. This practice reminds you that you are not your past. You are the awareness that observes it. Visualization exercises, such as imagining yourself releasing a heavy burden, can be symbolic acts of letting go, providing a sense of emotional relief. 3. Therapy and support groups. Sometimes, the weight of the past is too heavy to lift alone. Speaking with a therapist or joining a support group can provide valuable guidance and help you process unresolved emotions. By sharing your experiences in a safe environment, you can gain new insights, feel less isolated, and learn effective strategies for healing. 4. Practicing gratitude for growth. It may seem counterintuitive, but expressing gratitude for past experiences can be a transformative practice. While it's natural to want to forget painful events, acknowledging them as catalysts for growth can shift your perspective. Each challenge you've faced has brought you to where you are now, contributing to your resilience, empathy, and wisdom. Practicing gratitude for your journey, both the highs and lows, can help you release lingering resentment and embrace a more empowered outlook. The power of releasing the past. When you let go of the past, you make space for the present. Releasing old grievances and regrets clears the way for new experiences, relationships, and opportunities. It's like decluttering a closet. When you remove what no longer serves you, you create room for things that bring you joy and fulfillment. Each time you release a painful memory or forgive a past mistake, you reclaim a part of yourself, bringing more of your energy and attention into the present moment. Embracing freedom from the past allows you to live with greater openness and acceptance. You become less reactive, more compassionate, and more attuned to the richness of life around you. Instead of allowing past wounds to define your interactions, you approach others with understanding and empathy. You're no longer carrying the weight of unresolved emotions, which can manifest as tension, stress, or even physical ailments. Releasing the past isn't just an emotional liberation. It's a gift to your entire being, mind, body, and soul. Moving forward with lightness. Freedom from the past is not a one-time event, but a continuous journey. There will be moments when memories resurface and old feelings may bubble up. When this happens, treat yourself with kindness. Remind yourself that healing is a process, and each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to a lighter, freer version of yourself. By liberating yourself from the past, you're not erasing it or pretending it didn't happen. Rather, you're choosing to move forward with strength and resilience, allowing your experiences to enhance your understanding and appreciation of life rather than burdening you. Each moment you free yourself from the weight of the past, you step more fully into the present, ready to embrace life with open arms and an open heart. This chapter invites you to let go of what no longer serves you, to forgive yourself and others, and to recognize the incredible gift of living without the chains of yesterday. Remember, the present is where life is happening, where change is possible, and where you can experience the fullness of who you are. By setting yourself free from the past, you reclaim the power to create a future filled with possibility, peace, and purpose. Chapter 4. Overcoming the anxiety of the future. Living in the present can be challenging when our minds constantly race toward the future. We envision scenarios, anticipate obstacles, and imagine what-ifs that leave us feeling anxious and insecure. Yet the truth is that the future is uncertain, and our fears often paint it darker than it needs to be. In Overcoming the Anxiety of the Future, we'll explore how fear and worry about the future can control our lives, ways to build confidence to face it, and, most importantly, the beauty of embracing the unknown with an open heart. The goal of this chapter is to free ourselves from the chains of worry, so we can step forward with courage, clarity, and peace. Understanding how fear of the future controls us. Anxiety about the future often stems from a natural desire for security and stability. We want to know what's coming next, to have a sense of control over our lives. But life doesn't come with guarantees, and this ambiguity can leave us feeling vulnerable and overwhelmed. Fear of the future can lead to overthinking, robbing us of the present moment as our minds race to anticipate every possible outcome. Consider how often you replay potential future scenarios in your mind. Perhaps you're worried about an upcoming job interview, a difficult conversation, or even larger existential questions about where your life is headed. These anxieties can lead us to spend hours, days, or even years in mental cycles that bring us no closer to solutions or peace. By understanding how deeply this fear can entrench itself in our thoughts, we gain the awareness needed to start untangling it from our lives. The self-perpetuating cycle of worry. One of the most insidious effects of future-focused anxiety is that it can become self-perpetuating. When we worry, our minds tend to focus on worst-case scenarios, magnifying the potential risks. The more we worry, the more our brain reinforces this as a protective habit, creating a cycle that can feel difficult to break. Worry gives the illusion of control, as though by anticipating every possible threat, we are somehow protecting ourselves from it. But in reality, worry serves only to deplete our energy, cloud our judgment, and pull us further from the present. Recognizing this cycle is the first step toward breaking free from it. Each time you catch yourself worrying, gently remind yourself that worry doesn't solve problems. It only drains your resources. Shifting your attention from what if to what is grounds you back in the here and now, where solutions can actually be found. Practical steps to reduce anxiety and build confidence. To overcome future-focused anxiety, we must adopt practices that cultivate inner calm and confidence. Here are some effective techniques to manage and reduce your anxiety, helping you find steadiness in the face of uncertainty. 1. Mindful breathing and grounding exercises. When anxiety arises, take a few deep, intentional breaths. Focus on the sensation of your breath filling and leaving your lungs. Deep breathing activates the body's relaxation response, calming the nervous system and grounding you in the present moment. Try pairing this with a grounding exercise like feeling your feet on the floor or noticing the weight of your body in your seat. By connecting with your physical senses, you can bring yourself back to the present and distance yourself from anxious thoughts about the future. 2. Shift your focus to what you can control. The future may be uncertain, but some things are within our control: our actions, responses, and perspectives. When you find yourself spiraling into worry, ask, "What can I do right now?" Taking action, even if it's small, can restore a sense of agency and calm your fears. For instance, if you're worried about a project, focus on the steps you can take today to move it forward, rather than fixating on the possible outcome. 3. Visualize positive outcomes. While worry often pulls us toward worst-case scenarios, you can consciously shift your mental energy toward envisioning positive outcomes. Imagine a future where things work out, where you handle challenges gracefully, and where unexpected opportunities arise. This isn't about ignoring potential risks, but about training your mind to see possibilities instead of just pitfalls. Positive visualization can boost your confidence and reduce the grip of fear. 4. Practice radical acceptance. Radical acceptance means embracing uncertainty without resistance. Accepting that the future is unknowable doesn't mean giving up control. It means recognizing that while we can influence outcomes, we cannot dictate them. This acceptance frees us from the need to worry, as we learn to trust that whatever comes, we will have the resources to face it. Practicing acceptance is an ongoing process, but each time you release your grip on control, you invite peace into your life. Embracing uncertainty with an open heart. There's an undeniable beauty in the unknown. When we release the need to predict every detail of our lives, we open ourselves to surprise, spontaneity, and growth. Embracing uncertainty means allowing life to unfold in ways we might not expect, finding magic in the journey rather than in any specific destination. Letting go of the anxiety of the future doesn't mean abandoning ambition or planning. It means holding those plans lightly, with a willingness to adapt. Imagine walking through a foggy forest. You may not be able to see beyond a few steps, but each step reveals a bit more of the path. Life works similarly. As we move forward with curiosity and openness, the next steps naturally become clear. The power of trusting yourself. At the heart of overcoming future anxiety is self-trust. By trusting in your own resilience, you learn that you are capable of handling whatever life presents. Self-trust grows each time you make it through a difficult experience, every time you adapt to an unexpected change, and each moment you choose to face fear rather than flee from it. When you develop this trust, the future loses its intimidating power. Instead of fearing the unknown, you begin to see it as an opportunity for growth and transformation. You come to understand that even if the road ahead is challenging, you have the inner resources to navigate it with grace. Transforming anxiety into excitement. An interesting aspect of the human mind is that anxiety and excitement are closely related emotions. Both are states of heightened arousal, but where anxiety involves fear and worry, excitement is infused with anticipation and enthusiasm. By consciously reframing your anxious thoughts as excitement for what lies ahead, you can shift your emotional experience. Instead of, "I'm afraid of what might happen," try thinking, "I'm excited to see what's possible." This simple reframe can lighten the emotional weight of your thoughts and infuse you with a sense of eagerness rather than dread. Life is full of twists and turns, and while we can't predict every outcome, we can choose to meet it with curiosity. Moving forward with confidence. Overcoming future-focused anxiety isn't about eliminating all concerns about what lies ahead. It's about learning to coexist with uncertainty in a healthy, empowering way. By practicing the techniques outlined in this chapter, you'll find that worry loses its hold on you, and fear gradually transforms into confidence. Each time you center yourself in the present, take meaningful action, and trust in your ability to face challenges, you build the courage to approach life with resilience. As you let go of the need to control the future, you open yourself to a life where each moment has room to bloom in unexpected ways. You create space for joy, love, connection, and fulfillment to enter, not because you've planned for them, but because you're open to receiving them. Embrace the unknown with a trusting heart and watch as life unfolds in ways beyond your imagination. By surrendering the future, you reclaim the present, and in doing so, you gain the true gift of life. Chapter 5. Building the Habit of Presence. Living in the present is more than just a concept. It's a lifestyle, a shift in how we approach each day. Building a habit of presence means cultivating an inner state where our minds naturally gravitate toward the present moment rather than drifting into the past or future. But as anyone who has tried knows, creating this habit takes intention and practice. In this chapter, we'll explore daily practices that help you stay grounded, discuss the incredible power of gratitude and simplicity, and introduce powerful tools to reinforce a mindful lifestyle. Presence isn't just a state of mind. It's a way of being that can change how you experience life's most ordinary and extraordinary moments alike. The power of small steps toward presence. When we think of mindfulness, it's easy to imagine a grand transformation. We envision ourselves in perfect peace, effortlessly in tune with every moment. But the reality is that building presence often starts with small, intentional steps. Each day, you can take one simple action to ground yourself in the present. These small steps are like planting seeds, and with time, they grow into habits that help you connect with the now more naturally and more frequently. Start by identifying 1 or 2 moments each day where you can practice presence. Perhaps it's during your morning coffee, while you're brushing your teeth, or as you're winding down for bed. In these moments, focus entirely on the task at hand. Notice the sensations, the sounds, the colors, the smells. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back. These brief, focused moments create a foundation of presence that you can build upon, growing it from minutes to hours and eventually to a way of life. Daily practices to stay grounded in the present. The most effective way to make presence a habit is to integrate it into your daily routine. Here are some simple yet powerful practices to help you stay grounded and centered throughout the day. 1. Morning mindfulness ritual. Begin each day with a short mindfulness practice. It doesn't have to be a lengthy meditation. Simply take 5 minutes to sit quietly, breathe deeply, and set an intention to stay present throughout the day. Visualize yourself moving through the day with a calm, focused mind. This brief morning ritual can set the tone for a day filled with greater awareness and intentionality. 2. Mindful eating. Eating mindfully is an easy way to practice presence. As you eat, focus on the flavors, textures, and smells of your food. Pay attention to each bite, savoring the experience rather than rushing through it. Not only does this enhance your enjoyment of food, but it also helps develop your capacity for presence in other areas of life. 3. Tech-free time. Set aside a specific period each day to disconnect from technology. Use this time to engage in an activity that grounds you, like reading a book, going for a walk, or having a face-to-face conversation. Without the distraction of screens, you'll find it easier to connect with the present moment and the people around you. 4. Reflective journaling. In the evening, take a few minutes to reflect on your day in a journal. Write about moments where you felt fully present, as well as times when your mind drifted away. Over time, this practice can help you recognize patterns in your thoughts and behaviors, making it easier to stay mindful in the future. 5. Mindful transitions. Pay attention to the spaces in between tasks or activities. These moments of transition, like the walk from your car to your office or the few minutes before a meeting, offer excellent opportunities to ground yourself in the present. Use these moments to take a few deep breaths and center yourself before moving on. Gratitude and simplicity, powerful tools for connection. Gratitude and simplicity are two of the most powerful tools for staying present. When we cultivate gratitude, we focus on the blessings and beauty in our lives, grounding ourselves in the here and now. And when we embrace simplicity, we remove distractions and clutter that pull us away from the moment. Together, these practices can transform the way you experience life. The gratitude practice. Start a gratitude journal where you write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. These don't have to be major events. They can be simple things like the warmth of the sun, a kind word from a friend, or a delicious meal. By practicing gratitude, you train your mind to notice and appreciate the present rather than focusing on what's missing or worrying about the future. Simplicity as a lifestyle. Simplifying your life doesn't mean living with less. It means focusing on what matters most. This can be as simple as decluttering your physical space, prioritizing meaningful relationships, and saying no to activities or commitments that don't align with your values. By removing unnecessary distractions, you make it easier to connect with the present moment and experience a deeper sense of fulfillment. Tools for reinforcing mindful habits. In addition to daily practices and the principles of gratitude and simplicity, there are several tools you can use to reinforce your habit of presence. These tools can help you stay on track and deepen your mindfulness practice. 1. Journaling for mindfulness. Keeping a mindfulness journal is a powerful way to track your journey toward presence. Each day, write down your observations, insights, and any moments where you felt particularly present. Reflecting on your progress can reinforce your commitment to mindfulness and help you stay motivated. 2. Meditation and breathwork apps. There are many apps available that offer guided meditations, breathing exercises, and other mindfulness practices. These can be especially helpful if you're new to mindfulness, as they provide structure and guidance. Set aside a few minutes each day to use these tools as a way to ground yourself and build your habit of presence. 3. Mindful reminders. Set reminders on your phone or leave sticky notes in places you'll see throughout the day. These reminders can be simple phrases like breathe, stay present, or be here now. Each time you see them, take a deep breath and bring your attention back to the present moment. Over time, these small reminders will help presence become second nature. 4. Accountability with a friend or partner. Sharing your mindfulness journey with a friend or partner can provide accountability and encouragement. Share your goals and progress, and check in with each other regularly. Having someone to support you on this journey can make the process more enjoyable and help you stay committed. Why presence is the key to lasting fulfillment. When we live in the present, we experience life more fully. We savor our relationships, find joy in simple moments, and approach each day with a sense of wonder. In contrast, when we're trapped in thoughts of the past or future, we miss out on the beauty that's right in front of us. Building the habit of presence isn't just about reducing stress or enhancing mindfulness. It's about creating a life that feels deeply fulfilling and meaningful. By grounding ourselves in the now, we can live with more intention and joy. Each moment becomes an opportunity to connect with ourselves, with others, and with the world around us. And as we continue to practice presence, we develop an inner peace that no external circumstance can shake. Living with intention and gratitude. Building a habit of presence also allows us to live with greater intention. When we're fully present, we make choices that align with our values and priorities. We say yes to what truly matters and no to what doesn't serve us. We approach each day with a sense of gratitude for the present, knowing that this moment is the only one we truly have. Imagine looking back on your life and realizing that you lived each day with intention, gratitude, and presence. Rather than memories filled with worry or regret, you'd have a collection of moments that you truly experienced. Each step, each conversation, each act of kindness becomes a thread in the fabric of a life well lived. A path to inner peace and joy. Building the habit of presence is a lifelong journey. Some days will be easier than others, but with each step, you'll find that presence becomes more natural and fulfilling. As you continue to practice these daily habits, gratitude, simplicity, and mindfulness, you'll discover a peace and joy that aren't dependent on circumstances but come from within. Presence isn't about perfection or achieving a constant state of mindfulness. It's about coming back to the present again and again, with compassion and curiosity. It's about building a foundation of calm and clarity so you can navigate life's ups and downs with grace. In the end, cultivating a habit of presence leads to a life of deeper meaning and greater connection to yourself, to others, and to the world around you. This chapter is an invitation to take that first step, to embrace the journey, and to discover the life-changing power of living fully in each moment. Chapter 6. The Power of Letting Go. Letting go gives us freedom, and freedom is the only condition for happiness. If, in our heart, we still cling to anything, anger, anxiety, or possessions, we cannot be free. Thich Nhat Hanh. The art of accepting what is. Imagine that you're trying to hold onto a handful of sand. The tighter you grip, the more sand slips away. Life is much the same. When we try to control every detail, every event, every outcome, we not only lose our peace, but also the opportunity to experience life fully. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about giving ourselves permission to stop the exhausting effort of fighting against the inevitable. Letting go is an art that requires practice, awareness, and a shift in perspective. It starts with a choice. The choice to release the need to control what's out of our hands. The present moment is rich and expansive when we accept it as it is, without the burden of resistance. The truth is, when we learn to surrender, we gain something far more valuable than control: freedom. Embracing non-resistance. Non-resistance is a path to inner peace. Resistance to what is breeds frustration, while acceptance unlocks an unexpected calm. Non-resistance doesn't mean accepting everything passively or being indifferent to circumstances. It's about meeting reality without judgment or resentment. This approach doesn't rob us of our ability to act or create change. Rather, it frees us to act from a place of peace rather than from a place of fear or anger. Consider moments in your own life where non-resistance could bring relief. When we resist, we empower external events to control our mood, but by embracing acceptance, we take back control. Try this. The next time you're in traffic, rather than tensing up, try simply observing your surroundings, the sounds, the feel of the seat, the temperature. With a deep breath, say to yourself, "This is where I am right now, and it's okay." Releasing control over external circumstances. It's tempting to believe that with enough effort, we can control everything around us, our relationships, careers, the reactions of others. But often, the things we try hardest to control are exactly the ones that evade us. Life has a flow, a rhythm, and sometimes the best way to navigate it is by learning to ride the waves rather than battling against them. The need for control comes from fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of loss. When we understand that control is an illusion, we stop demanding that life conforms to our expectations. We start seeing that some of the best experiences and outcomes come from the unexpected. Trusting life's process allows us to respond to challenges with grace and resilience, rather than desperation. Building inner strength through non-attachment. Non-attachment is one of the most profound aspects of letting go. It's not about distancing ourselves from people or passions. Rather, it's about releasing the grip of dependency. Non-attachment doesn't mean we stop caring or striving, but that we no longer hinge our happiness solely on outcomes. It's the recognition that we can find contentment regardless of how events unfold. Start by practicing non-attachment in small ways. For instance, instead of checking your phone for messages right away, allow yourself to enjoy the moment of silence. When setting a goal, focus on the process rather than just the result. These small acts of non-attachment remind us that peace is available at any time, independent of external circumstances. The gift of acceptance. Acceptance is a gateway to living with less stress, frustration, and resentment. When we fully accept situations, people, and outcomes, we're no longer in conflict with our lives. We find a new level of ease, an ability to roll with the punches. Acceptance doesn't mean endorsing things that harm us, nor does it mean giving up. Instead, it's about recognizing reality without wishing it away. Letting go of what we can't change frees up our energy to focus on what we can change: our attitude, our actions, our intentions. Acceptance allows us to experience each moment fully, without the mental burden of should-haves or could-haves. It opens us to new opportunities and fresh perspectives. Developing resilience through surrender. There's a strength in surrender that's often misunderstood. Surrender isn't about weakness. It's about being so strong that we don't need to control everything. It's about recognizing that resilience doesn't come from having life go exactly as planned, but from our ability to adapt and thrive regardless of the circumstances. Surrender is the ultimate act of courage because it shows faith in life itself. Think of surrender as aligning with the flow of life. Imagine swimming in a river. The current carries you forward effortlessly, as long as you don't try to swim against it. When you surrender, you conserve energy, enjoy the journey, and arrive with greater ease. Finding peace in uncertainty. Letting go means embracing the unknown with a sense of adventure. Life is filled with uncertainties, but rather than letting this create fear, view it as a source of endless possibilities. When we embrace the unknown, we're free to explore, to learn, and to grow without the pressure of having all the answers. Living with acceptance invites a profound sense of peace, a reminder that we are okay, no matter what life brings. It's a peace that says, no matter the storm, I am here. I am grounded. I am whole. Living with the power of letting go. Imagine living with a heart unburdened by what you cannot control, a mind free from the weight of needless resistance, and a spirit that embraces each moment as it is. This is the gift of letting go, a life lived with acceptance, resilience, and grace. As you continue on your journey, remember that each moment offers a choice: to fight against it or to embrace it. Choose to let go, to trust, and to live with an open heart. In this choice lies freedom, peace, and the fullness of the present moment. Chapter 7. Finding joy in ordinary moments. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Dalai Lama. Rediscovering beauty in everyday life. Every day offers us countless opportunities for joy, yet so often, we overlook them in the hustle to get somewhere or accomplish something. When was the last time you stopped to truly notice the small details of your day? The warmth of sunlight on your skin, the smell of your morning coffee, the simple pleasure of stretching after a long day? These seemingly insignificant moments hold a quiet power. They connect us to life in its most honest and beautiful form. When we learn to slow down and appreciate these simple experiences, we unlock a deeper, more authentic happiness. Life's beauty is not confined to grand events or milestones. It resides in the tiniest details, hidden in plain sight. By cultivating awareness and appreciation for these moments, we begin to shift our mindset from one of lack and longing to one of fulfillment and gratitude. This shift brings us closer to the core of joy, a joy that doesn't rely on constant change, improvement, or big achievements, but one that simply exists here and now. Turning simple routines into sources of fulfillment. Think of the routines you go through each day: brushing your teeth, preparing a meal, commuting to work, winding down at night. These routines can feel mundane, but when approached with mindfulness, they can become sources of peace and contentment. The key is to bring full awareness to each task, noticing the details and sensations that we usually ignore. For example, when preparing a meal, instead of rushing through it, take a moment to appreciate the colors and textures of the ingredients, the aromas as they combine, the sound of sizzling as they cook. Engaging fully with the process can make even simple acts feel meaningful and fulfilling. This mindful approach not only helps us find joy in the routine, but also deepens our sense of gratitude for the abundance we may otherwise take for granted. By focusing on these small, joyful experiences, we remind ourselves that life is made up of these moments. Joy doesn't have to be something we wait for. It can be something we choose to see right here in our everyday life. Cultivating joy in relationships. Relationships are among the richest sources of joy in our lives. However, we sometimes overlook their value by taking loved ones for granted or by focusing on what we wish was different. Choosing to appreciate the people in our lives and the roles they play can bring a new sense of joy and connection. One way to cultivate joy in relationships is through small acts of presence. Next time you're with a friend or family member, give them your undivided attention. Listen without interrupting, observe their expressions, and appreciate the person in front of you without thinking of what you'll say next. These moments of presence deepen bonds and remind us of the warmth that comes from genuine human connection. Beyond just being present, actively expressing gratitude in your relationships can foster mutual joy. Take a moment to thank your partner, parent, or friend for something they do, even if it seems minor. Small gestures like these deepen our connections and cultivate an ongoing sense of appreciation for one another. Joy in relationships grows when we nurture them with kindness, attention, and gratitude. Finding self-connection through simple moments. Moments of solitude, often seen as times of inactivity, are some of the most valuable opportunities for self-connection and self-care. Taking time alone, free from distractions, allows us to reconnect with ourselves. Simple acts like taking a walk, sipping tea, or watching the sky are chances to check in with ourselves without external pressures. Self-connection is about allowing ourselves to simply be, without the need to accomplish or prove anything. In solitude, we can rediscover our own thoughts, feelings, and desires. Through these moments, we build a relationship with ourselves, nurturing a sense of contentment that doesn't depend on anything external. By enjoying these moments of self-connection, we not only find joy within ourselves but also build the resilience to face life's ups and downs with a centered and peaceful heart. Discovering wonder in the ordinary. When we were children, the world was a place of endless wonder. The smallest things, a ladybug, a colorful leaf, a rain puddle, could captivate us. As adults, we often lose this sense of wonder, caught up in our responsibilities and routines. But by choosing to view the world with curiosity, we can reignite this childlike sense of joy. Finding wonder in the ordinary doesn't mean ignoring the challenges of life. It means balancing them with an appreciation for what is still beautiful and good. The next time you walk outside, look around as if you're seeing everything for the first time. Notice the colors, the textures, the sounds. This practice can bring a sense of wonder back into your life, reminding you that joy is found not just in extraordinary experiences, but in the world around you, right now. Small moments, big impact. In our pursuit of happiness, we often think it's about achieving big dreams or reaching major milestones. Yet, joy is rarely found in the big moments alone. More often, it lives in the small, ordinary parts of our lives. A smile from a stranger, a favorite song on the radio, a shared laugh. These are the moments that make up the fabric of joy. Living with this awareness allows us to see that every day, no matter how routine or ordinary, holds countless gifts. By collecting these small moments, we build a life rich in happiness, one that doesn't rely on perfect circumstances but thrives on the beauty of what is. We can start each day with an intention to find at least one thing that makes us smile or gives us a sense of peace. Over time, this habit helps us approach life with a lighter heart, a heart that is open to joy. Living with a heart open to everyday joy. Finding joy in ordinary moments is about embracing the present fully and wholeheartedly. When we stop waiting for joy to arrive and start looking for it in the here and now, we find that life has always been offering us these small treasures. Joy is not something we have to search for. It is a way of seeing the world, a perspective we can cultivate. As you go forward, remember that every moment holds the potential for joy. It's found not only in big achievements, but in the smile of a loved one, the comfort of familiar routines, and the quiet beauty of everyday life. By nurturing a mindset that appreciates these moments, we step into a life filled with a deeper, more lasting happiness, a happiness that exists in the now. Chapter 8. Living a Purposeful Life Now. The meaning of life is not to be discovered in the distant future, but to be found in the moments and actions of the present. Aligning actions with values and passions in the present. Living purposefully doesn't mean waiting for the right moment to follow our dreams or passions. It's about aligning our actions each day with our core values and pursuing what matters most to us in real time. Purpose is not some far-off goal, but a compass guiding our choices, whether we're aware of it or not. By aligning with this inner compass, we bring meaning and intention to our everyday life. So, how can we start living in alignment with our purpose? Begin by asking yourself, what truly matters to me? When you clarify these values, you can take purposeful steps, no matter how small, that reflect what you stand for. Purpose is not found in grand gestures alone. It is built in small, consistent actions that align with your values and the impact you wish to have. Being fully present unlocks personal growth and success. When we are fully present, we tap into our full potential. Focused on the now, we engage wholeheartedly in our work, our relationships, and even our struggles. This level of presence allows us to learn and grow more deeply than when our minds are scattered across past regrets or future worries. Personal growth is a journey that happens moment by moment. When we make a habit of being present, we see things with greater clarity and can identify areas where we want to grow. Are there certain skills you'd like to develop? Goals that feel meaningful to you? When you bring your full attention to these aspirations, you can make progress with purpose and intention. Success, too, is redefined when we're fully present. Instead of merely pursuing external markers of success, like wealth, status, or titles, our focus shifts to doing what genuinely fulfills us. This mindset shift frees us from the trap of constantly seeking the next achievement and instead allows us to celebrate progress along the way. When success is measured by personal growth and alignment with our values, each step forward feels rewarding. Embracing life as a journey rather than a destination. Purposeful living is not about reaching a single destination. It's about embracing the journey, with all its unexpected turns, setbacks, and triumphs. When we treat life as a journey, we open ourselves up to experiences, lessons, and opportunities that we might otherwise overlook in our pursuit of a specific outcome. Each day offers a chance to move with intention and awareness. This shift in perspective transforms even the challenging moments into valuable parts of our journey. Instead of viewing obstacles as roadblocks, we begin to see them as necessary steps in our growth and evolution. This mindset can also help alleviate the pressure of perfectionism. When we're focused on a destination, we may feel like we need to get it right at every turn. But if we view life as a journey, we allow ourselves to make mistakes, learn, and grow without judgment. This openness fosters resilience, as we learn to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and curiosity. Cultivating a sense of contribution and connection. Living with purpose often involves a sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. This could be contributing to our communities, helping others, or simply making a positive impact in small ways. When we feel that our actions benefit others, we find a deeper sense of fulfillment and connection. Consider small, meaningful ways you can contribute to the well-being of others. This doesn't require grand gestures. It can be as simple as offering a listening ear, sharing knowledge, or lending a helping hand. Purpose is often intertwined with kindness and compassion, and when we give without expecting anything in return, we create a positive ripple effect that touches more lives than we realize. Building connections with others not only enhances our sense of purpose, but also reinforces our well-being. When we recognize that our actions, however small, make a difference, we feel a greater sense of belonging. Purposeful living thrives on this connection to the world around us, reminding us that we're part of a larger story. The present moment as a gateway to purpose. The present moment is not just a place to be aware of. It is the space where our purpose unfolds. When we live mindfully, we become more attuned to the nuances of our life. The people we interact with, the decisions we make, the experiences we encounter. Each moment holds an opportunity to align with our values and find meaning in what we do. Instead of waiting for a purpose to reveal itself someday, treat each day as a chance to explore, create, and contribute. Purpose is often discovered in action, not in passive contemplation. By being present in every task, every relationship, and every challenge, we allow our purpose to emerge naturally. This approach not only brings clarity, but also keeps us grounded and fulfilled, no matter where life leads. Living with purpose, one moment at a time. Living a purposeful life in the now doesn't require a roadmap or a specific set of goals. It requires a mindset, a willingness to be fully engaged, to seek alignment between our actions and values, and to find meaning in each moment. This way of living brings a sense of fulfillment that doesn't depend on external validation or distant accomplishments. It's a fulfillment that exists within us, nurtured by presence, intention, and connection. Purpose is not some elusive achievement on the horizon. It's woven into each decision, each interaction, and each moment of presence. When we live with purpose, we experience life not just as a series of tasks and goals, but as a rich, meaningful journey. By embracing this mindset, we step into a life that is deeply fulfilling, no matter where we are or what we're doing. Conclusion. A lifetime in each moment. As we reach the end of this exploration into the power of now, it's vital to pause and reflect on the journey we've embarked upon together. Each chapter has illuminated facets of our existence that often go unnoticed, urging us to embrace the present with open hearts and clear minds. This is not merely a theoretical concept. It's a transformative practice that invites us to live more fully, deeply, and authentically. Reflecting on the journey of embracing the present. The realization that the present moment is the only time that truly exists is both liberating and grounding. As we've discovered, our tendency to dwell in the past or fret about the future creates a barrier to experiencing life as it unfolds. Embracing the present moment means acknowledging its beauty, its challenges, and its infinite potential for growth. It invites us to let go of regrets and worries, recognizing that each moment carries with it the possibility for renewal and change. Throughout this journey, we've learned that time is a mental construct that can either imprison us or free us, depending on how we choose to perceive it. By breaking free from the chains of the past and the anxieties of the future, we unlock the door to a life rich with meaning and purpose. Every moment is a new beginning, a chance to make different choices, to foster deeper connections, and to engage with the world around us in a more meaningful way. Celebrating your commitment to living fully and authentically. In embracing the power of now, you've made a profound commitment to yourself, a promise to live more consciously and authentically. This commitment is not merely about mindfulness or presence. It's about honoring your unique journey and recognizing that you have the power to shape your reality. It's about understanding that your thoughts and actions can influence your experience of life, and that each moment is an opportunity to align with your values and passions. As you move forward, celebrate the small victories. Every moment of awareness, every decision made with intention, every act of kindness and connection is a testament to your commitment to living fully. Embrace the ordinary moments, for they are often the most significant. Find joy in your daily routines, nurture your relationships, and allow yourself to experience life's richness, not as a series of tasks to accomplish, but as a beautiful tapestry of experiences to savor. Final encouragement to continue practicing the power of now. The journey doesn't end here. It's a lifelong practice. As you continue to cultivate the habit of presence, remember that it's okay to waver. Life will inevitably pull you in various directions, and challenges will arise. Yet, each time you find your way back to the now, you strengthen your ability to navigate life with grace and resilience. Embrace uncertainty as a companion on this journey. Let it remind you that the future is a canvas yet to be painted, filled with infinite possibilities. Approach it with an open heart and mind, ready to accept whatever comes your way. Each moment is a chance to reconnect with your true self and to reaffirm your commitment to living authentically. Ultimately, the power of now lies in its simplicity. It's an invitation to experience life in its fullness, celebrating the small joys, learning from struggles, and nurturing connections with those around you. By living in the present, you enrich not only your own life, but also the lives of those you encounter. As you close this book, take a deep breath and anchor yourself in this moment. Know that you have the tools to embrace the present, and that the journey ahead is as beautiful as you choose to make it. Here's to a lifetime in each moment, filled with purpose, joy, and an unwavering commitment to live fully. May your days be illuminated by the power of now, guiding you toward a life of fulfillment and authenticity. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the power of now. We hope you found inspiration and valuable insights to apply in your daily life. If you enjoyed this audiobook, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. With 94% of our viewers still unsubscribed, your engagement really helps us reach more people and spread these powerful messages. Until next time, stay present and keep shining.